want to demonstrate how you can go about creating different management zones based on irrigated and dry land acres within a given field. So we've got a scenario where we've got this field here. This is the irrigated field. We're going to go ahead and click on that field name so we can have that highlighted. In this irrigated field, what we're wanting to do is create those management zones of dry land versus irrigated based on where that sprinkler setup is. So we've got the option to go under tools here. We select the irrigation zone layers. Once we have that selected, you'll see that it automatically populates a management zone down here called irrigation zones. So if we're to click on that, we're over on our layer editor. We're able to go in and edit that layer for the irrigation zones. You can see we've got dry already highlighted here. You don't need to worry about that. It's going to be showcased up here. What we can do is click this cutting selecting circle, which will allow us for this center pivot to make a really nice designation between the irrigated acres and the dry land acres. Based on where this center pivot's located, where it's right here, if you can see that, we've got a little dot, so we're going to click there, and then we're just going to hold down with our mouse, and we're going to drag all the way out. Then based on whether we have an end gun or we've got just drop nozzles, we're able to, based on the knowledge of that field, decide whether we want to expand beyond that last pivot tower track or where we want to be. I'm just going to set it up to where we kind of match up with the outside perimeter of that field. That's where I know that the irrigation water is going to end up on this field, and I'll let go at that point of my mouse. You can see we've got that zone defined here. If we're comfortable with that, if we need to adjust it, you can left click right here on this crosshair. You can adjust it, move it left, right, up, and down. If you need to expand it out any further, what I recommend doing, if you didn't get it right once you let go, I just go ahead and click this button and clear that cutting imagery, then just start over again. That's about the easiest way to go about it. So I'm going to click again, right on the center pivot, left mouse down, drag out to the level that I'm comfortable with for where I want that management zone defined for irrigated acres. Let go there. At this point, I hit it right on. I don't need to make any adjustments. I'm going to go ahead and select this icon that's right in the center of these three to look very familiar, and this is the replace the overlapped area of the selected region. That's one we want to use. We want to click on that. It's going to cut through there. It's going to create a different zone that we can go in and we can define. So we can have our area that's dry, we can have our area that's irrigated, and under this zone, right now all I'm doing is going and just calling that irrigation. And at that point, I'm going to go ahead and save that. Once that saves, you'll be able to see I have my irrigated area, that dry land area, just like we wanted based on that field already being zoned out originally. So at that point, we can go in and we can right click on our crop down here. So on the corn, we can do create a VRS suggestion for management zones. It's going to pop open this box here where we have the default of an irrigation zone. So we're just going to click OK. That's exactly what we want to do. We just want to do two different seeding rates based on irrigated versus dry land. We'll click done there. We'll wait for our seeding rate assignment box to pop up. Once that pops up, you can see we've got our crop located. We can go ahead and type in that seeding rate for the dry land, which on this field the cooperator said he wanted to be at 26,000. We want to be at 32,000 underneath the pivot, and that's what we've got right here. This is from a previous prescription that I had drawn, so I deleted that out, reassessed this situation, and recreated a VRS prescription to match exactly what we needed. So 26,000 outside the circle in the dry land acres and 32,000 inside. At that point, I'm just going to click assign. I'll close that out. Then I can hit the F5 button or go to edit, refresh grower. You can see that F5 shortcut there. Oops. Click that, let that run. Be able to go back within my tree over here and navigate down to that same field once this finishes refreshing. Asked me if there were some changes I wanted to save, and that was based on that VRS prescription update, so I select yes there. So now I can navigate down to that West Heifer field. There it goes. And you can see we've got our corn, we've got our proposed plant. Click on proposed plant. Wait for a minute and it should, yep, there it pops open. We can expand that down. We can see the DeKalb corns going onto this field. We've got that check box, that little red check mark right there beside that icon indicating that we do have the VRS prescription. So at that point we would just go through and we'd do the VRS export. And at that point, this is where you have the option to go in and print that report to be able to show that cooperator exactly what that prescription is designed to do. And at the same time, be able to export the data files that you need to upload that prescription to whatever monitor type you're uploading to. Just make sure to export that as a shapefile extension when you pull off that export. So with that, that gives you an idea of how to do a quick run through to be able to create irrigated versus dryland management zones within one of your fields.